Hi, it's Kif Bates here, and because it's Sunday, we take a break from work, and I thought I'd tell you a story about the time I went to the Bay Area. So it was 2011. The company I worked for had been acquired, and I was flown out to San Diego and Santa Clara for a couple of weeks in order to understand how things worked with the new company. And I think it was 9 June when I went shopping in the evening near Stanford University, and then went off to have a Chinese meal at P.F. Chang's. Now, while I was sitting there, a couple of people arrived, one of whom I was absolutely convinced I recognized. He was a young man, short curly hair, hoodie, sneakers or flip-flops, I can't remember which, and he was in the company of an older guy who looked like a stereotypical San Francisco professor. Long hair, floral blue shirt, and the two of them sat down at the next table. Now, I was convinced I knew the younger guy, but I couldn't place him. I thought maybe I taught him when I was lecturing mathematics, or maybe he's a former colleague from another company that I worked for. Anyway, I ummed and ahed about going and introducing myself, or just saying, "Hi, where do I know you from?" But decided not to. And one of the things I noticed during the meal was that the young man ordered a chocolate mousse for dessert and had a rather unusual way of eating it. Instead of putting the spoon in the mousse and then in his mouth the normal way up, he flipped the spoon. Presumably in an effort to get to the taste of the chocolate a few microseconds faster by applying it directly to his tongue. Now, I'm sure that psychologists can have a field day on the meaning of this behavior. Anyway, to wrap up the story, I eventually left without saying hi, and it was only a week or so later that I realized who the young man was. It was Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. So there you go, little story from about 7 years ago, where I nearly went and asked Mark Zuckerberg if I'd lectured him in mathematics. Hope you found that entertaining, and on Monday we'll go back to the usual topic of blockchain. I have a whole bunch of stuff lined up concerning tethered coins and stable coins, a bit more on supply chain, and also hopefully some more explanations of how the mechanics of blockchain actually works. Bye for now.